for you, plays a role to connect. Would you care to expand that a little bit?
Okay, I will do this by giving an example. Convent school, most of us went to Anglican-based schools or Catholic-based schools, had to learn the Lord's Prayer. So there is one sentence, the one I learned when I was a child was, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And later on when I went to the Anglican school, they had that was the King James's version, this is the modern version, I can't remember. And it was, forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Now, when I became a lawyer, the word trespass and the word sin have two very different meanings and two very different modes of application and so on and so forth. So, trespass is a civil action that is, between two individuals. So you can take out an action, I can take out an action against my neighbor for trespassing onto my piece of land. So when you have a prayer and someone trespasses on you, it's okay. It's not okay, but you have a court that you can go to. And then when you have sin, it's against God. Now where am I going to take my action if somebody has sinned against me? To whom do I go and seek redress? So that all these words were very important to me when I wrote the novel, because the novel that is here, here, is called The Age of Smiling Secrets, and it is in one sentence about a woman who loses her child because her husband converts to Islam, and without her knowledge or consent converts their child as well. Now this is not because of the Indira Gandhi case. I wrote this book way before that happened. And when it happened, what fascinated me as a lawyer was that the judge had said that the parents have equal custody of the child, but the mother has actual custody, and the mother must not influence the child. How do you take a child and put a child to, my mother used to read stories to me, and all the stories were from Bible, from whatever, anything that we could choose. How does a mother not influence her child while living with the child? What words do you use? So that was those words that the judge, from a lawyer's perspective, I understood what the judge was doing. But from a woman's perspective, I don't have children, but I thought to myself, if I were to have a child, how am I going to live with this child who was, the story that I based it on, the children were only 3 and 5. How is she going to stay with these two children and never influence them? She has to remain mute. What words will she use? What stories will she read to them? So those were what I explored in the novel. And every time I write, I enjoy the act of writing a sentence, changing a word, and seeing how the story changes after that. So that is a little bit of a trick that I do, just to see what I want to say and how people will react to what I have to say. Is that?
Thank you. Yes.